I'm quite certain Nick is not going to bite you, so if anyone would like to sit.
You know what though, it's kind of funny, I remember it wasn't probably about 5 years ago, a group did this, and what we did is we just moved the front tables out of the way and I just stepped out. and I kid you, the whole second row was like...
Well, this morning we have Nick Fletcher with us from Top Production Training. And Nick came to me by way of a gentleman who called and indicated that Nick was willing to come in and do a session at no cost. As you know, he's going to make an announcement about another opportunity for you on September 8th, and I'll let him give you all those details. I actually talked to one of our competitors about Nick's presentation. He came very highly recommended. And so I'm very pleased that you're here to spend about an hour with him this morning. He heralds from Southern California. His company is actually in Phoenix, Arizona, and he spends a lot of time in this part of the area. Just shared with me that his wife and 3 children get to spend more time with him on Skype, and when he has 3 full months off than most people who work 8 hours a day. So there you have it. So with that, I give you Nick Fletcher. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
I love it when people applaud me, even though I've done nothing to deserve it. That's great. How's everybody? Yeah, how's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good. You know, before I give a presentation, I always think it's important to build some common rapport, find common ground for the groups I work with. You know, one of my mentors, a gentleman by the name of Tom Hopkins, always says, no matter how your days go, you should always respond with the word unbelievable. The reason being is because it covers it either way. So I want to just try to say, how's everybody doing?
Unbelievable.
Beautiful. How was your last client?
Unbelievable.
How's the economy?
Unbelievable.
How is management here?
Unbelievable.
You see, it covers it either way, doesn't it? Now, again, folks, my name is Nick Fletcher. I'm a national trainer with Top Production Training. I want to give you all a brief background about who I am. I got started in sales 2 weeks after my 18th birthday. You can tell by my youthful appearance, that was only a few months ago. I got started in November '92, and I was fortunate enough to have a lot of success. I retired at the age of 28. There's a bad thing about being retired when you're that young, and that is all your friends are working. My life literally became like an episode of Entourage. I had all my broke friends hanging out with me, and they never had money, so I was paying for everything. And when you're not working and you got some money, your bank account goes in the wrong direction really fast. So my wife came over to me and she said, you have a decision to make. You can be retired or be single. So I thought about that for a couple days. Decided I want to stay married. So for the last 9 years, I've been a corporate trainer. In the time frame I've been doing this, I've been trained over 275,000 people in 43 states. A lot of the folks I've had the chance to work with are some of the nation's highest paid people in every industry of selling. What we're going to do here today is we're going to go over a little bit of a sales training program. Now before I begin, I want to let you all know I'm not here to tell you how to do your job. What I'd much rather do here today is just give you an idea, a technique, or a strategy that's going to let you have a few more transactions. Is that fair enough? All right. Now, the worksheets I'm passing out to you, these worksheets say Sales Acceleration, the workshop. How many of you in this room would agree with me that taking responsibility for ourselves should be a no-brainer? But see, here's one thing I find with realtors. None of us want to take responsibility unless it's what? Good. I mean, if we're coming off a great day, a great week, a great month, of course we want responsibility for our success, but when failure comes our way, what do we want to do? It's not my fault. It's the banks. It's the economy. It's the market. It's the buyers. It's the sellers. What are we doing at this point, folks, is we're pointing our finger. I think Zig Ziglar said it best. If you point your finger and you look at your hand, you'll see that 4 are coming back at you. You are the only one who's responsible on whether or not you're going to succeed or fail. Would you all agree with me on this? Yeah. I want you to write 3 things down next to step 1. Prospecting, networking, and referrals. Prospecting, networking, and referrals. Huh?
Participate in groups.
There you go. What else can we do?
Talk about our business.
Huh?
Make phone calls.
Make phone calls. That's a good way to expand it. What else can we do? How about chambers? Anybody here belong to a chamber? Can I see your hands? How many of you are involved with chamber functions? This is a great way to build and expand your sphere. How about networking groups? Things like BNI. Anybody belong to any of those? Another great way to expand and build your sphere. Volunteer, church. These are great ways to build your sphere of influence. The greatest tool we have available to us right now is what? Why? Facebook, best thing ever invented. There's more to technology and the internet than Facebook. Would you all agree with me on this?
Yes.
But what we're talking about is technology. It's a great way to expand. A lot of people think Facebook's the have-all, end-all, folks. I've met a few agents who do very, very well with Facebook. And I mean a lot of agents out there who flounder around trying to figure out how to make Facebook work. It's more than just posting your listings up there and then basically spamming everybody in the world with what's going on. Technology is a crucial thing out there, folks, but it's not what you say, but how you say it. It's also not what you do, but how you do it. The fact of the matter is, folks, most people before they ever contact a realtor are going online. So how can we expand that? Now here's the neat thing about technology. Getting your name out there, marketing yourself, for the most part, costs how much? Nothing. Most of it's free. It's how we expand our influence. The third thing I had you write down was referrals. Now, who here has ever worked with a referral before? Can I see your hands? Beautiful. Are they easier or harder to work with than a non-referral?
Easy.
All right, so if you had a choice between working with a referral or a non-referral, what would you choose?
Referral.
Okay, who got a referral from their last client? All right, who here forgot to ask? All right, who here asked but didn't receive? Monica, are they illegal to get out here? Just out of curiosity. I'm just not seeing a lot of hands go up on this. So here's the thing, folks. If you're not getting referrals, you and I both know the reason why. And why is it? You're not asking. Now, if you listen to what my statement was, I asked you who here got a referral from their last client. Did I ask you if you got a referral from your last sale or your last listing? No, I said your last client. Now, people who list with me, people who buy from me, will they give me referrals? Why? They trust you, they like you, they believe in what you did for them. What about people who say no to you? Will they still give you referrals? As long as you're not a jerk. I mean, if you're pushy, you're aggressive, you make them feel about that big, you don't return their calls, can we agree those people probably won't give us referrals? But if you're courteous, you're respectful, for whatever reason you can't come to terms, will those people still give you referrals, yes or no? But what's the big key? You have to. Now, here's a misconception with referrals. Many of us believe a referral is somebody who's ready to sit down with us right now and do business. Is that true? Some referrals could take months, some could take years. Are those still qualified referrals, yes or no? Because what should I be doing between now and then? Communicating, following up, building relationships. When they think about real estate, who do I want them to think about? You versus anybody else. Step 2 on your worksheet. Developing your skills. Is selling an art? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, whether you call it an art, a skill, or a science, the fact of the matter is this, folks, it's a learned trait. No woman ever gave birth to a salesperson. They never gave birth to a doctor either, or to a lawyer, even to an athlete. Everything I just said to you takes what? It takes training, it takes practice. I mean, for those of you who watched the Olympics a few years ago, Michael Phelps doesn't just swim once every 4 years. Can you all follow me on this? I mean, he swims pretty much every day. My family has a cabin in Big Bear, California. One of our neighbors is a gentleman by the name of Shane Mosley. Does anybody here know who Shane Mosley is? Who is he?
Boxer.
He's a boxer. Now, I've known Shane for 6 years, but every time you see Shane, what do you think he's doing?
Training.
Why? Why? The man's one of the best that's out there. Would you want to go into the ring with Shane? No. Why would he still train? Why?
He wants to be the best of the best.
What happens if he doesn't train and he steps into the ring? He's gonna get hurt real bad. Folks, the funny thing about this, and here's the question you should ask yourselves. What are you doing to train yourself right now? What books are you reading right now that are going to help you become more successful in this industry? If I went out to your car right now, what am I going to find in your CD player? What programs are you attending? What workshops are you doing to take your career to that next level? For many of you in this room, you're probably doing something. But for a lot of you in this room, I can guarantee you're not doing anything. Folks, if you keep doing the same thing you're doing, what are you going to keep getting? The same thing. Now, some of you may be happy with what you're getting right now, and if you're happy, my advice to you is to what? Keep doing it. But if you're not happy, we've got to change. Just change easy. No, it's difficult. And it all starts right now with first impressions. Now, I know you've heard the saying, you never get a second chance to what? So I want to have fun today, folks. What are some things we could say or do that will develop better first impressions? Smile. Let's try that. Let me see some smiles in the room. Is that seriously what you guys are working with? I mean, I normally don't like to point fingers. I normally don't like to point fingers. What's your name, sir? Jerry. Jerry's smile was extremely cheesy at first. Here's the thing. Can I sense a fake smile when I come across one, yes or no? If I can sense one, guess who else can? your clients can. You got to have good what? The way you carry yourself too, your enthusiasm. Folks, if you are negative, depressed, or down, are you going to create business? There's not a lot of highly successful negative realtors out there. Would you agree with me on this? Not a lot of agents who walk around, oh, everything sucks. Yeah, I got 6 listings for the month, 5 sales, it just sucks. There's not a lot of them out there. Would you all agree with me on this? Most of the people you see who are doing well are what? They're positive, they're upbeat, folks. Enthusiasm is a big part of it. But the most important part I think any of us can learn is to get away from one thing. Many of us are taught to be successful, we have to have what? The gift of?
Yeah.
The gift of gab is not a gift, it is a curse. I guarantee you, you will talk yourselves into more business than you will ever talk yourself into. The most successful agents I have ever come across in my life have mastered the art of listening. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that order. Listen twice as much as you speak, because the more your clients will talk about themselves, what are they going to give you? And what is information?
No, what their motivation is.
It's power. I mean, the more I know about you, the more I know about what you're looking to achieve, this is information I can use to my advantage. Find out what they have now, what they like about what they have, what they would change. These questions have a purpose because they lead to an emotion. Now, here's another big question. People buy based off emotion or logic?
Emotion.
Then they justify it with what?
Logic.
How do you believe most of you sell?
Emotion. Logic.
We can show you why buying a home will make sense today. You'll buy it because it makes sense. And if you don't buy it, even though it makes perfect sense, it's not my fault. There's just something wrong with you. Well, let's look at the logic to it. Does it make sense to buy a home today? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why? Why does it make sense?
Interest rates.
Interest rates are, I've never seen them like this before. Why else does it make sense?
Prices are down.
Prices are down. Okay. So we got lower home values, we got great interest rates. It makes sense to buy, right? All right, how many of you in this room got more business you can handle? One person. The rest of you in this room, they'll take it from you in case you have too much. But see, here's the thing. Even though it makes perfect sense, many of us don't have as much opportunity as we would like to have. Can you all agree with me on this? So how does it go back to emotion? You see, a few years back when the economy was booming, what was you've got all decision makers present, you've gone over everything you're going to do for your client, and they tell you that they want to think about it. Have you all been there before, yes or no?
Yes.
So quickly around the room, some of you will say the same thing. Don't let that worry you. None of this she or he stole my response. But what's the first thing that comes to your mind if somebody said to you, I want to think about it?
What's there to think about?
Okay, what would you say?
Why?
Why? Okay, how about yourself?
You took mine.
None of this, none of this. No, what would you say? What do you want to think? Why? Okay.
What do you want to think about?
Okay. How about yourself, ma'am?
Yeah. What Joelle said, what do you want to think
Okay.
about?
Ma'am?
What would make you decide to do it now?
Okay. Sir?
When we have the answer to that.
Okay.
Your reason to wait.
Why do you want to think about it?
See, I would go someplace different and say, I think it's good for you to think about it. I will give you a call tomorrow. I think it's good to sleep on it for 24 hours, and I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay.
I have something similar. How long do you think you need to think
Okay.
about it?
Why?
Why? Why?
Sounds like something's holding you up. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
What's holding you?
Qualify as what is it you need to think about, is it the price, location?
Okay.
I said, what?
Okay, that's where you got yours.
What have I said to, or not said, to convince you to sign today?
Okay.
Why?
Why?
What are your specific concerns?
Okay.
Yeah, what, is the price something you're comfortable with?
Okay.
Ditto.
Ditto?
This is probably one of the homes we are the best of your parameters we looked at, and I think that this would probably be in your right price range.
Okay.
I'd probably say why, do you have any other questions or anything else I can answer?
Call you in the morning.
Okay.
What further information?